What's up, guys? Jason Noble here, and once again we're going to be talking World Cup. So I want to talk one game in specific today, and that game was the Mexico-Netherlands game, which was a very good game, by the way. It ended 2-1 Netherlands. Netherlands completed a comeback to win 2-1. Started off with a Giovanni Dos Santos goal from Mexico, then late in the second half, the comeback was on for the Dutch. Wesley Sneijder, then Arjen Robben drew a controversial penalty kick, which Klaas-Jan Huntelaar converted to finish it off 2-1. Alright, so now to the point. I want to talk about the penalty kick decision, because there is a lot of controversy over this. There are a lot of upset Mexican fans, and then there's a lot of people just screaming out diver about Arjen Robben over this incident. So, for starters, I'm going to make it very, very clear. This was the correct call from the official. I will post a picture of the incident, and in this picture you can clearly see that Rafael Marquez's foot is stamping on Arjen Robben's foot. This is a clear-cut foul. It is not debatable, and any foul in the penalty area is a penalty kick. So the referee got it right. Now here's where it gets a little complex, and then people start complaining. It did look as if Arjen Robben made the most of it. He made it quite obvious that he was wanting to get the penalty kick call. Now, this is what I want to point out. The actual laws of the game state that simulation is a bookable offense. Well, in this case, Arjen Robben was fouled, so he didn't simulate anything. He embellished. There is a huge difference, and there is no FIFA law on embellishing. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get to. You can't really hold it against him in this situation because he was genuinely fouled. The penalty kick was the correct call, and it was a mistake by Rafael Marquez to make a challenge when he had cover and Robben was actually going away from goal. He was going backwards in this instance, so he didn't need to make the challenge immediately. Lastly, I do want to touch on the entire diving controversy subject as well. Diving, unfortunately, it is a part of the game. It is a problem in the game. But there are many, many people who don't really understand what's happening in these scenarios and what diving or simulation actually is. There are so many fans out there, or haters of football. Actually, it's more the haters. But they seem to think that every time a player falls over, whether it's from a hard challenge or from a nick, that it's an obvious dive and that the players are diving, and they'll insult the player, call them weak, call them girly men, call them a lot worse names than that typically. But I want to point out, most of the time they actually aren't diving. It's actually far from the case. When you are running full speed and somebody hits you, especially in the leg, which is most commonly how it happens in soccer, it's very hard to keep your balance. And there's a lot of Americans out there that will compare soccer to American football, and that's probably the dumbest thing you can do. Because in American football, when you're carrying the ball, the entire point is to stay on your feet. So you are consciously trying to stay on your feet. In soccer, that's not the point. The point is to control the ball and advance the ball to potentially score a goal. So you have more concentration on that aspect than being able to keep your feet. So sometimes that causes you to lose your feet. Now, there are players who do dive, and it happens, and it's a problem, and it is a yellow card offense. I think FIFA's actually handling this situation correctly. I don't think they can really handle it any stricter, because it's actually really difficult to tell some real fouls and diving, because it doesn't really take all that much to knock someone over when they're running full speed. It just takes clipping their ankle slightly. And another thing that I'd like to mention, most of these haters who will be the first one to say stuff about soccer players and diving and insult them for all this shit, most of them are non-athletes. They do not play sports. They're what I call armchair players. They watch sports on TV for entertainment. They do not participate in sports. They do not play them. They don't even typically lift or work out. They're lazy assholes, basically. Most of them, if they were to get fouled in a soccer game, would be rolling on the ground, crying, and in most cases, a lot of them would be out of the game after one hard challenge. Yet, their ability to actually keep balance would be absolutely laughable. They would get, many of them would get knocked over from a from a slight breeze, yet a player slide tackling them hard. That's something I'll have to go on in another subject, but it's something that I commonly see is armchair players criticizing elite professional footballers about things of this nature, saying, oh, I could do better. It's like, no, you can't. If you could do better, you would be playing and they wouldn't be. You're just some fat ass sitting on his couch. Alright guys, that's all I have to say on the subject today. Netherlands won. They deserved to win. Mexico could not hold on to their lead. Referee got it right. Quit villainizing the referee. The referee did not do anything wrong. He got that call correctly. In fact, he missed a legitimate penalty call for the Dutch in the first half. So, Mexico, be lucky that you had the lead. Referee got it right. Arjen Robben did not dive, and Huntelaar finished the penalty. 2-1, end of story. Netherlands on to the next round. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Costa Rica today. Wasn't the prettiest win in the world, but you guys managed to clean it up in penalty kicks. Navas with the big save at the end. Alright guys, I'm out. Peace.